All right, so let's talk about balancing equations. And just a recap from our previous video, when we talk about an equation is a mathematical sentence that shows two equivalent expressions, which all that means is an equation has to have an equal sign, and whatever is on the left has to equal whatever is on the right. So we can use pictures to do this. We can use actual equations to do this. We're going to do a combination of both today, but I'm going to really kind of focus more on the equation part of it because I know you guys don't always want to draw pictures when we do this. So it says to use the pan balance to model and solve the equation. So this little guy right here is called a pan balance. It makes a nice straight perpendicular line if what is on the left side equals or is an equal weight to what is on the right side. So our problem says that 1 plus b, which I see right here, I've got 1 block plus a b cube equals 3 plus 8. So I can see right now that they're equal, they're even. So what I'm looking for is b, our variable. What is the value of b? What unknown number is this variable representing? So here's how I approach this. 1 plus b, I can't add a variable and a number. So I'm going to leave this as 1 plus b. But I can solve 3 plus 8, which gives me 11. So now what I know is 1 plus something is going to give me 11. So what number, if I add 1 to it, gives me 11? That would be the number 10. So the variable b represents the number 10. Same thing over here. I have 7 plus 6. So 7 plus 6 equals 8 plus k. I can't add the variable and the number, so I'm going to keep that the same. But 7 plus 6 does give me 13. So I have to think what number, if I add it to 8, would give me 13, and that would be 5. So k is equal to 5. Number 3 says, which value of m makes the equation true? So again, on the left side, I have 5 plus 4 plus 4. Well, 5 plus 4 gives me 9, plus 4 more gives me 13, equals 9. Excuse me. 9 plus m. So what number, if I add it to 9, would give me 13? Well, that would be the number 4. So m is equal to 4. Now, on question number 4, I have 3 plus m plus 2. Now, while I can't add those numbers to the variable, I can add my two numbers together. So 3 plus 2 would give me 5 plus m equals, and I have 7 plus 4, which is 11, plus 2 more, which is 13. So 5 plus something gives me 13. So m represents 8 because 8 plus 5 would give me 13. Okay, our next problem says on the right side of a balance, there are two birds that each weigh 12 ounces. So here's what I see. I notice I don't have a picture. So I'm going to create a picture using what I know about equations. So we know that the balance represents my equal sign. And on the right side of it, I've got two birds that each weigh 12 ounces. So two birds that each weigh 12 ounces. So 2 times 12. And then on the left side, so over here, there is a bird that weighs 14 ounces. And there's a bird with an unknown weight. So I'm going to use the variable x to place that weight. So I have 14 plus x. I can't add those together. But I can do 2 times 12, which would give me 24. So 14 plus something gives me 24. Well, that would be 14 plus 10 would give me 24. All right, our next one says, well, how would you balance this pan balance? So when I look at my pan balance, I see that I have 4 cubes right here, and I have 15 cubes right here for a total of 19. Now, the 19 is lower. It has more weight than what is over here on the right side. On the right side, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I had to figure out, how do I balance this? How do I get them to the same number? So the very first one says, A, take 8 cubes away from the left side of the balance. Well, on the left side of the balance, I have 19. If I take away 8, that would give me 11, and 11 is still not balanced with 8. 11 does not equal 8. So it can't be A. B says to add 11 more cubes to the right side of the balance. Well, on the right side of the balance, there is 8. And if I add 11 more to it, I get 19. And 19 would be equal to 19. It would be balanced. We're going to keep that as a maybe just because you never know. Want to check them all. C says to add 27 more cubes to the right side of the balance. Well, I'm going to be really honest. 27 is more that I have on either side. And so adding 27, that's going to give me something way too big. That's a silly answer. And D says it's already balanced. Well, the question says, how would you balance it? I can see that it's not balanced. Another silly answer. So B is our final answer. All right, and last but not least, our last question says, Yara is going camping in the Everglades National Park. Her backpack with camping gear weighs 17 pounds. So I can see that this right here represents her backpack. When she adds her camera gear, the total weight of her backpack is 25 pounds. So this down here represents the total. So I want to know, how much is her camera? So there are a few different ways that, actually 2 different ways that I could write this equation here. So when I look at this, and this is called a strip diagram, whatever is down here at the very bottom is always going to represent the total. And you can see that our total is broken up into 2 different parts, her backpack and her camera. So since I have the total, I have 2 options. My options are to divide or to subtract. And it doesn't really make sense to take the total and divide her backpack weight. It makes more sense to subtract it. So I've got 2 options here. I can always start with the total, so 25 minus, but I have 2 different things that I could subtract. If I were to do 25 minus 17, then that's going to equal whatever her camera weight is. Or I could write this as 25 minus her camera weight, and that would equal 17, the weight of her backpack. But I'm going to be honest, this first one is a whole heck of a lot easier because I know that I could do 25 minus 17. That would give me that her camera is 8